Yo guys, how's it going? It's Ed, bringing you all things Leeds, and welcome to the match preview for Leeds United game this Wednesday night. That sees the Whites host Swansea City at Elland Road with kick-off at 7:45 p.m. Now this is an important game for Leeds United. We at least can't lose this game in my opinion. Of course, as we know, Leeds United drew 1-1 away at Middlesbrough last Saturday in our last game. A good point away from home in my opinion, but after that result and the other results at the weekend, it means that we are still just 3 points ahead of third place Sheffield United, and they have a better goal difference than us. And so if we get a point here, we at least stay in the top two after this next round of fixtures. We are also just 5 points ahead of fourth place West Bromwich Albion, so we want to keep that comfortable cushion ahead of them, especially considering that they have a game in hand. It's also important certainly not to lose this game, as we're not in the best of form, are we? Just 2 wins in our past 7 championship games. Now if you look at the 2 games after this Swansea City game on the Wednesday night, we've got Bolton Wanderers at home on the 23rd, and then the following Tuesday night we go away at Queen's Park Rangers. Certainly 2 very winnable games for Leeds United, but you don't want to go into those 2 games on the back of a poor result and a negative result. So if we get a win here on Wednesday, we can try it and go on a good run. But Swansea will be hoping to go on a decent run themselves now, as they are very inconsistent this season, I've noticed. You look at the past 3 games, a 3-3 draw and then they lost. And then in the last game, they beat Millwall 1-0 at home. They're 11th in the championship table though, just 6 points off of the playoff places on 44 points. So they'll be hoping to build from that Millwall win and try and put a decent run together and try and make a push for those top 6 places. Going on to the press conference ahead of this Swansea City game on Wednesday night, Marcel Bielsa, our manager, first of all gave us an update on 18-year-old winger Jack Clarke, and he said he is under observation. We're doing some more evaluation to see what happened, and we all feel relieved. So some good words there. Of course, Jack Clarke fell ill on the Leeds United bench during our 1-1 draw away at Middlesbrough last Saturday. He was taken to hospital. They did some tests on him and he's now out of hospital. It does sound as though he is doing alright and he is recovering well and quickly, and hope he is okay. Terrible news, you know, for an 18-year-old just to fall ill like that on the bench. It is terrible news, and it's all about Jack Clarke and the health of him, but it does sound as though he's on the road to recovery. Angus Kinnear at Leeds United came out with a statement earlier on this week saying that he won't train this week, which is, you know, it's obvious. You know, he's 18-year-old who's just fallen ill on a bench randomly. You know, it's all about his health. He needs to get healthy first before he even steps onto a football pitch and does any exercise at all, really. So Jack Clarke, he's not training this week. He's not going to be involved against Swansea City, of course, but hopefully it does sound okay if everyone's relieved about the news. But it does sound okay that Jack Clarke is, you know, on the road to recovery. He is doing well and hopefully he is back quickly, but it's all about him getting better right now. On everyone else out with injury, and Bielsa said that Forshaw won't be ready for Wednesday's game against Swansea. The only change will be Hernandez in for Clarke. I think that's good news, Hernandez coming in. Of course, it's horrible news about Jack Clarke, but Pablo Hernandez coming in and probably starting, that's a bonus for me, because Pablo Hernandez came on at half-time during our 1-1 draw away at Middlesbrough last weekend, and he changed the game for us, really. He was really, really good. Pablo Hernandez, despite his age, he's a fantastic player still, and he needs to be the first name on that Leeds United team sheet every single week. Yes, he could have bad games, but he's the most creative player in this team, and for me, he has to play, and so that's good news. It looks like that's going to be the only change. I would have liked to see Jamie Shackleton going at right back for Luke Ayling, because Luke Ayling has been quite bad recent weeks, and Jamie Shackleton, I think, just deserves a start, really. But Bielsa really did praise Luke Ayling in this press conference, so I can't really see that change happening. But Hernandez in for Clarke. Of course, terrible news about Clarke. Hope he does get better soon. But Hernandez starting, that's got to be some fantastic news. And of course, against his former club as well. But Bielsa also said, and I quote, "The situation with Adam," so Adam Forshaw, didn't evolve as we thought it would, so he won't be in the group on Wednesday. And then he said, and then he continued to say, "We think it's not that serious. We hope he'll be available in about 10 days. Adam Forshaw, of course, missed the 1-0 draw against Middlesbrough on Saturday due to an injury. Said that he wasn't going to be out for too long, but they, of course, misjudged that he's going to be out for another 10 days. So he should be back for that Bolton Wanderers game. Whether he starts for that game, I'm not so sure, because he would have missed the past 2 games, remember, and they need to take that into consideration. Bielsa even said that in the press conference. So Adam Forshaw probably won't start for Bolton, but he should be back for that Bolton game, and just having strength in depth and on the bench is good. Also about strength in depth, Bielsa also gave us an injury update on Berardi and Dallas, who are currently out, and he said that Berardi and Dallas will play in the next 2 under-23 games, and if they are well after that, they will be closer to the first team. So that's good news. You know, all positive stuff happening at Elland Road at the moment. We should be welcoming quite a lot of players back to the squad very soon. And if you want everything else that was said in that press conference, make sure you go to the All Things Leeds social media pages. They're all down below in the description. Now, I would tell you the record that Leeds United have against Swansea City, but there would literally be no point because the games are spread out by so many years. But of course, earlier on in the season, back in August, we did draw 2, all with them away from home. I don't think we'll lose this game on Wednesday. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Leeds United. Let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. Now, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That'd be very much appreciated. And also share the video and share the channel around as well. That'd be very much appreciated too. Let me know your guys' thoughts ahead of this Swansea City game on Wednesday night by leaving your thoughts in the comments down below. And while you're down there, check the description box to follow all things Leeds across all of our social media pages. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe by clicking here. Hope you all have a good one. Hope you all enjoy the Swansea City game. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.